There is a quiet fear many people carry. It rarely has a name, but it shapes almost everything. It is the fear of being ordinary. Not failing. Not being poor. Not being alone. But being forgettable. Being average. Being someone no one stops to notice. We live in a world that constantly whispers a message. Do more. Be more. Stand out. And slowly, without realizing it, many of us begin to feel that an ordinary life is a wasted life. But where did this fear come from? And what is it doing to us? Let me tell you a story. There is a man named Daniel. Daniel is not famous. He is not struggling either. He works a stable job. He pays his bills. He has friends. He laughs sometimes. He sleeps at night. From the outside, Daniel's life looks fine. But inside, something feels wrong. Every time Daniel opens his phone, he feels it. Someone younger than him is more successful. Someone less skilled is more visible. Someone ordinary is pretending to be extraordinary. And Daniel feels a quiet panic. He does not hate his life. But he is afraid of staying in it. He is afraid that this is all there will ever be. Daniel does not fear hardship. He fears insignificance. This fear does not shout. It hums. It shows up when you compare your life to others. When you feel pressure to explain yourself. When rest feels like laziness. When contentment feels like settling. The fear of being ordinary is not natural. It is taught. For most of human history, being ordinary was not an insult. It was survival. You lived. You worked. You belonged. No one expected you to be special. You were valued because you were human, not because you were impressive. But modern society changed the rules. Now, value is measured by visibility. Worth is measured by attention. Existence is measured by output. If you are not achieving, you are falling behind. If you are not improving, you are failing. If you are not exceptional, you are invisible. This creates a deep tension. Because most human lives are meant to be quiet. Most meaning happens in repetition. In routine. In showing up. But the world tells us those things are not enough. So people begin to perform their lives instead of living them. They curate moments. They exaggerate success. They hide boredom. They turn normal days into evidence that they matter. And slowly, they become exhausted. Daniel feels this exhaustion. He is not tired from work. He is tired from proving. Proving that his life is interesting. Proving that he is not behind. Proving that he made the right choices. The fear of being ordinary makes people chase symbols instead of substance. Titles instead of peace. Recognition instead of connection. Noise instead of meaning. And here is the cruel part. The more you chase exceptionality, the more empty it feels. Because exceptionality is unstable. There is always someone higher. Someone faster. Someone louder. You can never rest there. Daniel once believed that once he achieved enough, the fear would leave. It did not. It only asked for more. More effort. More pressure. More pretending. One night, Daniel sat alone in his apartment. Nothing dramatic had happened. No failure. No crisis. Just silence. And in that silence, a question appeared. What if my life is enough already? The question scared him. Because if his life was enough, then all that pressure was unnecessary. And if the pressure was unnecessary, then he had been carrying it for nothing. The fear of being ordinary survives by making you forget something important. Ordinary does not mean meaningless. It means human. Eating dinner. Caring for someone. Doing work that keeps things moving. Being present. These things do not trend. They do not go viral. But they build lives. Modern culture confuses rarity with value. But rare things are not always nourishing. Air is ordinary. Water is ordinary. Love, when real, is ordinary. And without them, nothing survives. Daniel did not suddenly change his life. He did not quit his job or reinvent himself. Something quieter happened. He stopped apologizing for his normal days. He stopped treating peace like a failure. He stopped assuming that meaning had to be loud. The fear did not disappear overnight. But it lost power. Because fear feeds on comparison. And comparison collapses when you stop measuring your life against an artificial standard. Here is the truth many people never hear. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are not wasting your life because it looks ordinary. A life does not need to be impressive to be deeply lived. Most people chasing greatness are really chasing permission to rest. Most people chasing recognition are really chasing reassurance. And most people afraid of being ordinary are afraid of being unseen. But being unseen by the crowd does not mean being unseen by life. There is dignity in showing up quietly. There is strength in choosing stability. There is wisdom in knowing when enough is enough. The fear of being ordinary is a fear created by noise. And noise disappears when you stop listening to it. You do not need to escape your life to validate it. You do not need to stand out to matter. You do not need to be exceptional to be whole. Sometimes, the bravest thing you can do is accept the life you have without turning it into a performance. That is not giving up. That is coming home. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next reflection.